Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. This is one of my dogs, Gus. Today we are doing a full body flexibility practice. I'm going to use 2 blocks to lay on today. Find some space to move and let's get started. All right, so let's find our way down onto our backs. I'm going to lay on my blocks today. You can lay on something softer. You can lay on the ground. But let's find our way down. Maybe into a nice back bend if you're laying on something. But just make sure that you are balanced and supported, especially if they are blocks. Allow your back, your spine a chance to arch. Bring your arms out wide, maybe opening up through the chest and shoulder. And if you want to get into your hips, you can make a diamond shape with your legs. Just take a moment to move around and adjust as much as you need so that we can stay here for just a little bit. Starting to feel some sensations flowing through your body. And also begin to notice your breath. Maybe taking a nice slow breath in and out. Letting go of your day so far. Allowing your body a chance to soften. So if laying on top of something is what you are doing now, something you are very comfortable doing, we can stay like this with our upper body, but we will be moving our legs. So if you want to be flat on your back, you can sit up, you can take your props out. Maybe you're already flat on your back. But we'll be moving our legs so that our feet are planted on the ground. So our knees are bent. She might still be in a bit of a back bend here, or you might be flat on your back. But we're going to try to bring our left foot on top of our right quad. So if you're in the back bend, you might want to straighten your right leg a little bit. And then bring your left foot on top. And then you can always slide your right foot back in, but we want to keep our hips on the ground. Flex your left foot a little bit, figure 4 with your legs. Now, if you are still in the back bend, we're going to keep our right foot on the ground. Try to let the back arch and relax. But if you are flat on your back, you could lift your right foot up into the air, hugging your legs towards your chest. So just another breath or 2 on this side. And then we will switch. So you might just be sliding the legs out a little longer or letting them go. If you're good to stay in the back bend, we're going to stay just for these last few moments on this side. But right foot is coming on top of that left quad. Maybe you're lifting your left foot up into the air if you're flat on your back. If you're in the back bend and you feel like you're being tipped over to one side a little bit, you can always use your hands just to keep you level. Continue to let your back arch. A little flex of your right foot. Take another breath or 2, and then we'll uncross our legs. And should you still be in the back bend, we're gonna come out of it, but since we've been here for some time, you might feel a lot of sensations through your back. So take your time as you sit up, move your props off to the side, out of the way. We'll all come back down onto our backs. You can hug your knees into your chest, maybe even sway side to side. Just massaging your back against the ground. Checking in with how you are feeling so far. And then we're going to stay here on our backs and plant our feet down again. We're going to start to move just our upper body over to the left. So shimmy your shoulders, move your head and your arms as far over to the left side as you can go, keeping your hips where they are, your feet where they are. So half banana, if you're familiar with banana, you might notice you can go a lot further over to the left than usual because we've got our knees bent right now. So curve that upper body over to the left as far as it will go. We're going to let our knees possibly tip over to the right. So just let them tip slowly, slowly. You can pivot on the feet a little bit as they keep tipping over. Let your left glute stay on the ground as long as possible. But as your knees tip more and more to the right, that left hip and glute can lift slightly. And let the knees continue to tip. Maybe that left hip is lifting. And then let's reach our arms up and over our heads. Resting our arms on the ground though. And maybe the knees are tipping a little bit further and a little bit further. So we're going to leave our arms, our upper body where it is, and lift the knees back up. So trying to bring that left hip down again. Point the knees up, back where we began. A little press into the feet, trying to level your hips. but our upper body hasn't moved. Now we can start to begin to come back. Shimming the shoulders, moving your entire upper body back to the middle. And recenter yourself, maybe even lift your hips and then bring them down. Recenter yourself. Maybe a sway of the knees side to side. And then we're going to switch. So keep your legs, your hips where they are, and start to shimmy the shoulders. Move your upper body as far as it will go. Keep shimming, letting the hips stay where they are. Just leave your arms at your sides a few moments longer. And once your upper body can't go any further, you can tip your knees over to the left, but go slow and just try to keep your right glute down as long as possible. A little pivot on the feet, tipping the knees, and then that right hip can lift. So maybe tip the knees a little bit more. And I haven't moved my feet much, so my legs aren't stacking on top of one another. They're just tipping over. Now you can reach your arms up and above the head. Try to rest them on the ground. Maybe the knees will tip a little further. And then let your upper body, your arms too, stay where they are. And slowly bringing the knees back up. And that right glute back to the ground. A little press into the feet, trying to keep the hips level. A little bit of effort there to try to level the hips. And then you can start to come back to the middle with your upper body. Shimmy your way back. Recenter yourself again. Maybe a little lift of the hips. And then bringing them down. And this time you could hug your knees in if you'd like. Taking a sway side to side. Then we're going to rock our way up to seated, or you can roll over to one side. But sitting down with our legs in front, maybe a sway side to side here, and then we'll send our legs out long. You can keep the knees bent as much as you'd like. Maybe the legs are pretty straight though, and you're pointing your toes up. Just bring some nice length into your spine. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we'll fold forward. Some sweet release through the back, through the legs. I encourage you to lift your chest up and down a few times. Maybe even keep a nice bend through your knees so that you can lift your chest up and off of the low back. And allow your shoulders to fall from your ear. Awesome work, you guys. Take an inhale to lift out of your forward fold. Hug your knees back in. Take a sway side to side. And then we're going to stay seated here, but cross our legs. legs. So you can cross your legs one way and then we'll switch, but starting with our hands just on our knees and sitting nice and tall. We're going to take our right hand to the low back or maybe towards the left hip. And you could interlace your fingers if you'd like. So our arm behind us. You can stay sitting tall or you can lean forwards. And just keeping your hand either on your low back or your hip. And if you're leaning forwards, you can slowly lift. And we're going to keep our legs crossed this way, but we're going to switch arms. So either your left hand to your low back or to your right hip, sitting tall or taking a tip, a lean forward. And slowly lifting if you are folding. And you can free up your arms, maybe take a shoulder roll, and then you can cross your legs the other way. And just switching sides again. So right hand to the low back or towards that left hip. Lengthen your spine. Stay here or folding forward. Using an inhale to lift, switching up the arms, lengthening the spine again, and maybe folding. Awesome work, you guys. Use an inhale to lift if you're folding forwards. And you can free up your arms once again, maybe placing your hands on your knees. Take a shoulder roll, and maybe another. And then keeping your spine nice and long, just tip your chin down towards your collarbone and roll your head over from one side to the other. And switching sides just a few times. Loosening up through your neck. And you can let your chin come back down towards your collarbone. And slowly lift it up. Lift the shoulders towards your ears and roll them back and down again. And then bring your hands together in front of your chest. Awesome practice, you guys. This is where I leave you today. But thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, namaste.